Everybody is welcome to this program. This happens every Sunday between 6 to 7, 7:15. All are welcome, and it will be very helpful for you all to spend some time in a week, once in a week, in this beautiful hall, in this place where every day, morning and evening, all the monks, they do chanting, meditation. So it has a good vibration for all of you, like to experience. So nice that a lot of you have come offline and online as well here. Many are attending online as well. Okay, I hope you had good meditation practice. Everybody had a good meditation? Somewhat good, not so good. For some, it may be somewhat good. For some, it may be worse. For some, it may be better. For some, it may be very good. So depends on so many factors. If you are a constant meditator, you might find more peaceful. You can feel the peace much quicker. So, as I mentioned in the meditation, you have to just relax. In the beginning, don't be hurry in getting concentrated, because many times people are hurrying in getting concentrated. But concentration is the destination, it's not the process. So you use this mindfulness. This is called mindfulness. So you're mindful of your self, actually. So this will eventually lead you to more concentrated state of mind. But this can happen through just relaxing yourself. The fact that we close the eyes, we do nothing, is to stop our sensory activity, sensory activity, eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, and mind. This is what who we are. This is who we are. Who we are: eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, and mind. Right? We see something morning till evening. We see something, hear something. See maybe your own people in the morning, your wife, your children, your parent. Then you go to work, you see some of your friends or colleagues. So I is such an important thing, right? So Buddha says, I is the world. When you say world, your I is your world, right? Because this I does a lot of activity, and it has huge impact on our mind. Because this is the I, but it is not just I, but it is also a mind. I consciousness, it is called. So then ear, So we have to use our sensory, all these 6 senses wisely, in a way, that is productive to us in our day-to-day life. But at least while sitting in meditation, we, because behind all these sensory experiences, there is mind, right? So through meditation, we are relaxing our senses. And especially in today's time, when it is the time of Instagram, we are more distracted, or other activity, other screen. So we need to sometime, stop. We need to stop. We need to give rest. Just like we give rest to the body, we have to give rest to the mind. But how do we give, right? We think that we just say, we just talk with somebody, and we think that it will give us relaxation. It may do, but tomorrow the same person will not relax us, but it will rather disturb us. The same person with whom you are relaxed, you feel relaxed, tomorrow you will feel disturbed talking to that person. Then where is your relaxation, right? Similarly, food, today you find one food relaxing, tomorrow you don't. In fact, the next moment, if you're full and again I show you the same food, you will not feel relaxed. You don't want to see that food till the time you are done with the one which is there in your tummy. So we are relying on these sensory experiences, for our relaxation, for our peace, for our happiness. And why happiness is so much important? Because that's what we crave and that's what we want, And Buddha is not speaking something different from what you generally wish. We all want happiness, And Buddha is just trying to, show us the path of happiness, because he claims that he himself has achieved the perfect happiness, So he's trying to teach you because he says he's himself experienced, So therefore, we have to understand that we cannot just gain happiness by just distracting ourselves. So like this, please visit once in a week. Can you make once in a week? You can, right? So you have 24 hours in a day multiplied by 24/7. How many hours you have? Huge. But here, maybe you can spend just 2 hours in that, whatever hours. That will be very helpful, Because with that, you can function much better with this coming here, meditating, and listening to some of these words of the Buddha. And Buddha is human being, right? He was not some alien, he also desired happiness like us, That's how he became Buddha, he like achieved Buddhahood. That is when you say Buddhahood, it is the perfect happiness, But we all want happiness, but we are not gaining it perfectly, as we all know, right? So our mind is fluctuating, Sometimes there is happiness, sometimes there is not. It's very fluctuating all the time. So therefore, this kind of meditation will help you. This kind of environment will help you. So do come at least once in a week, if possible, every day, evening. We have just meditation and chanting. No talk like this, but just once in a week. On Sunday we have. So please do come. That will be very much helpful to you. Okay, so this is what I wanted to tell, and I will speak a little bit about relationship. So why relationship is important according to Buddha. We all have relationship, right? So same person is father, the same person is friend, the same person is son or daughter. We all play different role. So we have relationship, right? Maybe you are a boss, or you are an employee or employer. We have all different kinds of relationship. Basically, interaction with people. So therefore, Buddha said that we all have to make sure that we, in the Sugalovada Sutta, discourse to one person called Sigala. So he was worshipping every day morning. He was taking bath Every day morning he used to take bath and then do namaskaram to all the 6 directions: east, west, north, south, and above and below. So one day Buddha went to him and asked him, why do you do that? Why do you do namaskaram to all the 6 directions? Then Buddha, he said, it was my father's last wish. My father asked me to do it, so I'm doing it. But why do you do? Did your father tell you what is the meaning? He said, he didn't tell me. Then Buddha said that each direction has some meaning. So east direction is the relationship between parent and children. And when you say relationship, there is some transaction happening. There is some give and take happening. So your parent give you birth, take care of you. That is the duty of father, to give you birth and to feed you, to grow you up, and then to educate you, and then on time give you arrange your marriage. And then also the duty of father is to give property on time. The Buddha said that, right? So this is one of the things that he also mentioned, because as we know, many a time there is some property dispute happening. So between children. So Buddha said, give that property on time. So that's, as a father, that's a duty. And what is the duty of the children? Is to listen to the father, to respectful to the father, parent, father, mother, both. And then, listen to their instruction and, marry and have children, and then, doing a profession, taking some job, and then raising the family, and then continue the family lineage. So that's the father, parent, and children. Then there's the duty of West, which is the duty of husband and wife. So of course, traditionally, husband will be working and wife will be more into homework or home making work. But nowadays it's changing. So there, Buddha says that husband duty is to first to respect. The first thing he says, the husband should respect the wife and give her authority. Buddha says you should give authority to the wife. Some of the authority is some kind of in the family. And also to respect, of course, I mentioned. And then he also says that give her ornaments, give her ornaments. That's the duty. And then the wife duty is to another thing, he said loyal. You should be loyal to each other. And wife duty is to, again, being respectful, loyal to the husband, and being respectful and doing the work properly and managing all the household thing like that. And then there is the duty of after husband and wife, there is a duty of teacher and student. So as you all know, the teacher duty is to teach properly, make sure that the student has understood, and also to introduce student to each other. And the student duty is to be respectfully, to show respect, to listen to what they are saying, because we see some of the youngsters, some students here. So that should be the duty of the student. And teacher, that's the teacher-student duty. So there is a relationship there. Then there is the duty of your employee. If you're boss, between the employer and the employee, there Buddha mentions that the employer should give the work according to the capacity of the employee, and should relieve them on time, should give them proper salary, should take care of their health, like that. And employee duty is to be loyal, to spread good reputation of the employer, and also to do the work properly, within the time, things like that. And also there is the duty of finally of your duty between the religious people, like ascetics, some gurus or monks, and the householders. So there it is about, you have to support your religious people, materially, because you're dependent on you. And you also show respect, show physically respect, verbally, by speech, you respectfully talk, respectfully behave, and support them. And the religious people duty is to, have very good thought for the people, for the devotees, and teach them some good words of wisdom, bless them, pray for them, always think about them in a very pleasant way. So this is the duty, and of course all of you already know about it, quite a bit. But this sutta, again, we have today I'm speaking so that you are aware and you see, check in your mind whether I am playing a role of my role, whether I am working properly or not. You have to check, keep on checking. Because if you play this role properly, then only it is possible for you to be happy, because happiness cannot just come through prayer. You have to be practically use some of this wisdom and practically act in your day-to-day life, all the roles, duties you have. So everybody has some or other role to play, so you have to play your role at the best, with your as much as you can, to the best possible extent, then then surely you will find happiness. And that is also part of spiritual practice, because it's not, spirituality is not disconnected from your life, because what is spiritual? Spirit, what is spirit? Yourself, right? It is you. Okay, so you have to play that role properly. But if you don't play the role properly, whether husband, wife, children, or parent, or all these things I mentioned, you will not going to be, you will lack somewhere, right? You will not be perfectly happy. Something will go wrong. If you are a parent, you have to take care of your children to the best possible extent. If you are a children, you have to take care of parent. If you are a husband, you have to be a good husband. You have to respect your wife. You have to take care of her, give her authority, give her ornament, because she's there. And then as a wife, you have to be respectful to your husband, So this relationship is sometimes we neglect, we neglect it, we somehow just ignore our relationship out of anger, hatred, animosity, some incident. So we can't, we can't avoid, we can't neglect. If we do so, we'll be miserable. We'll be miserable. So this is what Buddha mentioned in that sutra. And once you do that, then of course you will feel meditation much better. But if you're not playing your role properly and you start meditating, you will not feel peaceful. Not before, like, say, you do meditation, but if you set right some of your role, if you do your duty properly, as much as you can, then you will, when you sit in meditation, you will get concentration or peace faster, quicker. Okay, otherwise those things will disturb you. Okay, so I conclude my small talk here. And before we conclude, maybe we'll, if anybody has anything to ask, can ask. Raise your hand and ask. Do we have wireless mic? Hai wireless mic? Hai? Nahin. Do any one of you have anything to ask? You have? Okay. 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 So you are asking if we, to get peace, if you perform some puja, whether we'll get peace. No? Okay, so today as we did chanting, so chanting is one aspect of peace, one condition for peace, just one. But it is not just the only thing. Let's say I did just big puja and everything will be fine. If you think like that, that's not going to work. Okay, because some people think like that, no? Okay, God is there, I don't care, God will take care. I have spoken to God, I have prayed to the God, my God will take care of me, I don't care you. Everybody, I just directly am connected to God. All you foolish people, I don't care. If you think like that, you don't care your parent or children or husband and wife or friend. In fact, friend, I missed this point. Friend is also one of the important aspects, because friend influence you a lot. If you have a good friend, it will just change your life entirely. It can just change the whole direction of your life. Friendship. So you should have a good friend, basically with whom you have more daily interaction. Okay? So prayer is good, like if you do some prayer, it may help, to some extent, but you can't totally rely on the prayer itself for everything. That's not going to work. Can be one of the aspects. Today you came here, you're listening, you're meditating. That is one aspect, but then you have to do other thing as well, there is this sutra called Mangala Sutra, blessing sutra, blessing talk, or by Buddha, discourse, or one particular chapter. There Buddha mentioned 38 different steps or different conditions for your blessing. You can check out that Mangala Sutta, maybe sometime I can talk in some other Sundays. So there it is, of course, revolve around this relationship only, but also your, it is more detailed, yeah. So things like association, things like education, things like parent, things like generosity, things like not taking intoxicant, and all those things, So prayer is good, you get blessing, you get some support, but you have to really look into your day-to-day life. Day-to-day life is so much important, because You come to temple for how many hours? 2 hours, maybe, but rest, you are in the world. So you have to manage that. You have to take care of that. How do you do that? Today I mentioned, Okay, yeah. Any other thing anybody has to ask? Our young friends, anything you wish to ask? Any kind of question you can ask. No need to be a very perfect question or good question. Okay, whatever you really feel like asking, you can ask. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, of course. Okay. So of course it's a I think many. It may be the case with many. In fact, everybody, right? So, and that's what today I spoke about. Father son, parent children relationship. So so I think the whole of our life, all the relationship, if you look at, it is all about maintaining and understanding each other, so you have to try to understand, what he's actually wanting, and also look into yourself, what kind of reaction coming up in your mind. Is it just sometime about ego? Because sometimes it's just the ego, right? So it has to happen as per my this thing, right? Or sometimes there may be some valid thing, so some wrong happening. So I think you need to try to understand what he's trying to do. Do some research, talk to some of your friends, in fact, if possible, talk to him and sort out, and so, because of course I don't know the exact thing what you are going through, what are the thing, so, but if I speak generally, then that's the way, you have to try to understand what he or she, if it's his mother, so you have to try to understand, because especially in today's time, when we are having this huge generation gap, we have a lot of cultural shift happening in today's time. So we are not educated enough about our past culture. We are more educated with the modern system. And so you have to educate yourself about his culture, and maybe you can also educate him about your culture, by different ways. You can just simply take him to some place where he will just know something like that. It can be different ways. So you need to understand that, because some of the our ancient culture we don't understand. We just don't understand, because we are not properly educated. So it may be cultural related. So I think you need to understand. In some cases, if it is a smaller thing, you need to just ignore. Because as you mentioned, systematic. Because life can never be systematic. Life can never be perfect. If you want life to be perfect, you will become crazy, right? You will become crazy. We can, as much possible, try to systematize and organize, and also look into the broader picture. Don't go into very smaller one, and small segments of life we can little bit ignore, because a lot of time we need to ignore, if it is smaller thing. And Of course, we also need to understand that parent will always want your happiness, So, therefore, I think understanding is one, tolerance is one. Generally, in relationship also, understanding, tolerance, and understanding means understanding their position, understanding why they are doing this, trying to understand some of those things, educating yourself, So I think that's how you have to do, and then then maybe you will find some solution. Like you will understand, because once your mind has accepted that this is okay, then you will not be troubled, you will not feel bad. So please try to understand why he is doing that. Talk to him, spend some more time with him, because ignoring, of course, as you also said, is not possible because you are living with your parent, And of course, in today's time, we hear a lot about, in fact, many stories, if you look at, big thing happen because of just some smaller incident, a smaller issue actually. But there are a lot of this unknown understanding, and sometimes ego can play a big role, So please see, just check yourself, check your father, and try to understand the entire situation, and put yourself also on test, like in an unbiased way, you yourself also, because when it is something with ourselves, we often put ourselves first, So we have to do that, but we have to be unbiased as well, by opening ourselves up, and especially when it is your family, you have to, because it's your family after all, and they will be always there, family should always be there. So very important, So like that, so maybe if you wish to understand more detail, you can have a private session talk, rather than, because sometimes it is good to have like that, So, but generally, this is general, because I don't know the entire story. Buddha would have known, but if I'm not Buddha, so I don't know. Okay. But this is a general thing, try to understand, because generation gap can be the big one, Yeah. I wish you all the best. Okay, so just let us conclude here today's Sunday evening gathering. So it is every Sunday program. So please do come, spend once in a week here in this hall, and then you will have some experience of change, positive change, positive mind, and also get a chance to introspect your life, what's happening in your life, because when you're withdrawn from the world and your day-to-day life and come here and sit alone, it gives you some clear picture of what's happening in your life, and how do I fix some of my life issue or whatever. If there is no issue, at least you will be able to increase your happiness more and more, because that's what we want, we all want happiness. Okay, so I wish all of you good health, and we 17th evening we have a program here. One of the senior monk is coming from Ladakh, Leh Ladakh, from Kashmir side. You might have heard of Ladakh, So it is called Mahakaruna Divasa, Great Compassionate Day. Along with him, many senior monks are coming, and many students are coming, and so a lot of people will be coming here. So it is to celebrate compassion, how to practice compassion, and what is the role of compassion in our life. and how compassion can help us, our society, our family, our nation, or the world in general, things like that. So it's a very senior monk coming. So you can come if you have time. You are welcome to come join with your family and friends on Saturday, 17th evening, 6:30. Okay, so that is the announcement. This month, yeah, this month. Okay. 6:30 evening, yes, 6:30. Okay, so otherwise Sunday, of course, most of you are maybe free on Sunday, so keep coming. Okay, so I wish all of you good health, happiness, peace, and joy. Bhavatu sabba mangalang rakhantu sabba devata sabba buddhanubhavena sabba dhammanubhavena sabba sanghanubhavena sada sothi bhavantu te. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Shaman no